Hi. As one can tell, I am not in Colorado. I am unfortunately in Hawaii due to a family obligation to go to a wedding. So that's what my thing is. And I guess I'm making this video on a whim to kind of make a time capsule to kind of look back on some things, to kind of reflect, and to thank some people along the way. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go through the list and go through how my year has been. I have a list with me, so I don't lose track of things, because whenever I go completely off script, I tend to ramble a lot, so this is going to help me, keep track, as I'm doing right now. So let's start off with idols, I guess, people I look up to. First, we've got the guy who created the tracks to the Hylix 2 soundtrack, Chuck Salamone and Mason, I forget his last name, but shout out to those two for making Hylix what it is. I'm in the Flipside server on Discord, and Flipside's a pretty cool little project here. I was kind of ushered in by Jetmir, which I'll get to in a minute. But yeah, Chuck's a pretty cool person to talk to. So yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to Fraxium, or just Frax, part of the duo band of Food House, which is a hyperpop band that I listen to. Shout out to Fraxium and Guppy, which is Tony Hawk's son, oddly enough. Shout out to those two for making good music, and shout out to Fraxium in particular for being a million times better than Scruff Puppy, because as far as I can tell, Fraxium isn't a total piece of garbage. In case you weren't aware, recently, in this current year, quote unquote, Scruff Puppy's ex-boyfriend outed her as a creepy pervert and an emotional narcissistic abuser. So that's not good. So shout out to Fraxium for being not a piece of shit and being a much better musician, better morally. Both of their music is good. I'm just saying Fraxium is better because Fraxium is not a piece of garbage. But I digress. Lastly, on the list for idols, shout out to Tyler Joseph for helping me and millions of others stay alive, especially in this year, because despite its ups, there was a lot of hard-hitting downs. So you've really nailed it with Skeleton Icy, in my opinion. And now let's get on with the personal stuff. I want to thank Kath, 8, Roxas, Sierra, and Jeremy. Those are people that I hang out with on the Homestuck stream. You guys are absolutely wonderful people. As much as you like to take the piss out of me sometimes. And I want to thank Mark Maker for being a wonderful fandom dad. I still really appreciate the cards that you sent to me this year. I can't thank you enough for helping me come out of my shell a little bit and kind of inadvertently helping me come to terms with my identity. So thank you so much for that. I want to thank Jenny, David, and Granel for being just really cool people to hang out with as well. Um, those are people that I hang out with in another server, but they're also really cool as well. Jenny has a funny soundboard. David has weird games, and Granel's just a very sweet girl. She really is just the sweetest girl around. Very soft spoken, very well meaning, and I really do appreciate her company a lot. There are two people here that I want to thank in particular in this kind of friend group that I'm in. I want to thank Max for being just down to earth, funny as hell, and just brutally honest when the situation calls for it. And I want to thank Oriana for just being an overall good friend and just allowing us to have like very, very intimate conversations that I still hold to my heart, because those are like really important conversations too. Because we've known each other for like 6 years, but we didn't really start talking until like quite recently. So I really hope that we can hang out more in the future, because Oriana, you're very fucking cool and you're amazing, and I really look forward to working on the comic with you. And I want to thank Jetmir for just being down to earth and showing me the game Hylix. I still won't forgive you for fucking up my sleep schedule, but god damn it, Hylix is such a good game. And I haven't even played it yet. For this final section here, I want to thank Elijah and Kate. I want to thank Nina for just being a good friend and showing me a lot of cool things and introducing me to a lot of neat aesthetics. I want to thank Zai just for being there and giving me a lot of hope for the future, because even after being apart for so long, it's really good to know that we can hang out in the future, and I definitely look forward to that. I want to thank my best friend Klaus, the host of the Penumbra system, for just coming down to visit me twice this year, and I really hope you can come down to visit me at least once in 2022. I would really appreciate that, because I miss you a lot, Klaus. I really do. Some honorable mentions before I get on with the final person that I want to thank on this list. I want to thank Skadad and his spouse, and I want to thank Kraken. These are people that I hang out with for tabletop games, and I'm also in a analog horror server on Discord with them. So I want to thank you guys for being just really cool people. So, last but not least, I want to thank my absolute dearest boyfriend, Orson, for just being the most loving, caring, honest, and understanding person. We actually started dating the beginning of 2021, so our anniversary is literally like next year on the first month. So it's kind of crazy how long we've been together, and I'm really looking forward to spending 2022 with you, Orson, if you're watching this. To all the people that I have said on this list, you guys are amazing. And to all the people that I know that I have forgot to put on this list, just know that I acknowledge you and that you are amazing as well. And I'm sorry that this piece of paper did not have enough room for your name. Anyways, Happy New Year. Let's hope 2022 doesn't suck balls. Alright, goodbye.